So, it's time to do another one of these. It's been about two and a half weeks since my last one, and I do apologize if the lighting is not great. I guess these days I would prefer to do this in the day when the sun is up, because I feel like the lighting is a lot better. But it is kind of troublesome these days because, well, in a couple of months the sun will start to set at 4 PM, and it's gonna be hard to make videos before that. Anyway, maybe I'm gonna try to find some better lighting in here. Anyway, the first four titles here, I've already talked about those in the last two, in my previous two videos. So I'm not really gonna talk about them here. I'm just gonna mention them, and then I'm gonna link the, put the link to those videos down below if you wanna hear me talking about them. First is Top Gear, the Burma special, where the Top Gear gang go to Burma and build a bridge over the river, well, what they think is Kwai, although, well, that's in the ending. But anyway, I talk more about that in the video below. Same with this one, Pet Sematary. Didn't like it that much, but and then these two, Demolition Man, and the Three Burials of Melquiades, Estrada. These two were part of my Saturday movie night. So that's that. Now to the titles that I've not talked about. This one I might have talked about this in my movie night a little bit, but anyway, it's 2.5 Men season 10. Yeah, not a great show anymore. I did enjoy this though, especially I feel like the first half, or maybe even the first the first 2/3. I enjoyed a little bit more. Then maybe the further into the show or into the season that I got, the more I realized that it's not a great show anymore. But I am still enjoying it. I feel like they sacrifice way too many moments for cheap, recurring jokes that they're just not that funny. And also, I gotta say, the way they very discreetly wrote Angus T. Jones out of the show for this season, yeah. Anyway, and maybe in particular for the next one, but never mind. This one, Trees Lounge, was I really did like this one. Basically, a movie by and with Steve Buscemi. He wrote this and directed it, and he's starring in it. Also starring in it, Chloe Sevigny, Mark Boone Jr., Anthony LaPaglia, Daniel Baldwin. Don't really know who that is, except for the fact that he is a Baldwin. But Seymour Castle and Samuel L. Jackson also make appearances, and it's good. Basically, just about Steve Buscemi. He's out of a job and he's trying to figure out life. He eventually his uncle dies, Seymour Castle, and he takes over his job, which is basically driving an ice cream truck. And he also goes to, as you can see on the cover here, he goes to his favorite bar, and you're introduced to all of the other regulars that go to that bar, and it's just not a movie so much with a plot as it is a movie with great characters and just a setting. And yeah, it's definitely a good one. Fuck, it's warm as hell in here. I don't know why. I'm sitting right underneath the light, so I guess that's, yeah. Anyway, ER season 8. This is the season where people have said that it goes downhill after this, much due to one major thing, which is also a major spoiler, so I'm not going to mention that, although it doesn't happen suddenly. You kind of eased into it, or by the time it happens you're prepared, basically. But anyway, it's good still. I feel like I enjoyed it more in the early seasons, but there's still plenty of seasons left, and I'm gonna get season 9, even though I have not heard as good things about the show, as I said, from here on. But anyway, let's see. We got a Mel Brooks movie, not to be or not to be. I guess it's a Mel Brooks movie, but he didn't write it or he didn't direct it either. He just starred in it and produced it. But pretty much a Mel Brooks movie, I suppose. Also starring Anne Bancroft, his late wife. This one, I believe it's either a remake or his well, it's not a Mel Brooks movie, but let's just say that it is. Either a remake or Mel Brooks' take on the 1942 something movie with the same title, which I've not seen, and I was thinking about that. You know, I was thinking maybe I should wait to see this one until I see the original. But then I was thinking that, well, the original is not exactly on my immediate to-watch list. So I figured it's probably fine to watch this anyway. And I've had this for such a long time too. This one, it's kind of like a fairly tame farce. It's not great. It does play out. It takes place in the theater during the Second World War anyway, and I think maybe 1939. Anyway, yeah, it takes place in the theater, and the whole movie kind of plays out like a theater show as well. So I could see this movie playing in the theater, but maybe the original version already has. I don't know. Then we got a couple Christmas movies here. First up is Santa Claus the Movie with Dudley Moore. This is one that I bought actually last year with the intention to watch it before Christmas last year, but I never got around to it. But I finally did. This is not one of the best Christmas movies out there. It's kind of fun, especially the second half I definitely enjoyed more. But it just doesn't do what I kind of expect Christmas movies to do. It doesn't give me that Christmassy feeling. And the Santa Claus is not. I mean, when Christmas movies star Santa Claus himself, or you know, a person playing Santa Claus himself, you expect that character to be, you know, warm, warm person. Well, whatever. I just don't feel like the actor playing the character here has that personality, or he doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't work. I just didn't really like it that much. It's almost November and I have the window open. Fuck you, light. Another Christmas movie here, A Holiday to Remember. I wouldn't say that this is a holiday to remember. It's a very mediocre Christmas movie. I don't feel like there's anything to say about this really. Pretty much takes place, well, it's one of these movies that someone goes back to their small hometown or village, this quaint little place, but it doesn't really depict this place very well. It just really takes place in their home and a couple other places. Not very good, but I do enjoy watching these movies in time for Christmas, basically. It's 2 months left, I know, but I like to start early. I do have another Christmas movie, but I did turn this one off after about 1 hour. I just didn't feel like continuing with this. It's a Danish Christmas movie. Well, the Swedish title is Julbordet, but I'll write the Danish title here. I did not care for this, but you know. I guess another movie that I turned off after an hour is Office Killer. Bought this one ages ago, never really wanted to watch it. I don't even know if I wanted to watch it now either, but I put it on and really didn't like it, so turned it off about 1 hour into the movie. The movie is not 83 minutes, so I could have just continued, but for some reason I just didn't feel like I wanted to. I don't know. It had some interesting moments, but I just didn't like it. The next one I did enjoy a lot, and it's The Faculty. This one reminds me, it takes me back really to the early 2000s, when me and my, especially one friend, but me and my friends used to watch all these movies about American high school people. Yeah, it was a lot of those types of movies. We were intrigued by that, I think. We watched all kinds of movies, but we did watch a lot of those kinds of movies. And while this is not... We watched mainly comedies in the genre, and while this is not a comedy, it does have a lot of those same sort of attributes. It just, like I said, it took me back. It's from 1998, so you know, it's from that era, or that period where we watched, you know, from where we watched those movies. yeah, you know. And anyway, this one, it's not a perfect movie, but it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. So The Faculty, really enjoyable movie. Then we got a Swedish show here that I thought that I'd show. The Gynecologist of Askim, although that sounds weird to say in English because you don't really have that sound. But I said Askim when I unboxed this, but when I watched the show I realized that they pronounce it like Askim. But Gynecologist of however you want to say it. Both seasons here. First one I didn't really enjoy that much, but the second one I felt that they took the characters to new levels, and they just explored more territories. They did more with it, simply. And definitely liked season 2 a lot more. And it's a kind of like a drama comedy series. Season 2 is a lot longer too, so there's more to watch. But yeah, both seasons of this show, a lot of fun. Then we have another show here that I enjoyed watching so much, as always, and it's The Big Bang Theory season 7. I believe I watched I saved this for a Saturday because I wanted to watch most of this on a Saturday. I believe I watched half the season in one day, 12 episodes on that Saturday. It's one of these shows that I can just watch them from beginning to end with no problem. Really enjoy it still. We got a few Blu-rays here. First is Anchorman 2: The Legend Continues. This one I felt was had a lot more absurdist humor than the first one. It does sort of follow in the footsteps of the first one, but it just takes it to a bit of a new level with the absurdity and surreal humor and odd situations and over-the-top comedy. It is really funny, but I was kind of bored. I don't know why I was, but I just was. I wasn't really enjoying this too much. There are some really fun sequences, but I just didn't think that it worked too well. I think maybe it was a little bit too long. They could have cut this down to an hour and a half. Right now it's 1 hour 53 minutes, and I just felt that it dragged on a little bit. They added too many odd, quirky moments in there. They could have removed them and made it into a better movie, rather than just funny scenes one after another. But no, it's very enjoyable still. Then we have Las Vegas, which I really enjoyed. It's not a great movie either. I enjoyed this in a different way than Anchorman. Well, I didn't enjoy all of Anchorman, like I said, but I guess I enjoyed this more than Anchorman. But it's not a better movie. Not sure why I'm comparing them with each other necessarily. I guess I watched them one after another, so it makes sense. But anyway, it's just 4 good actors, great actors coming together. I feel like the only thing, I mean, this whole people going to Vegas, comedy set in Vegas, I feel like there are limited things left to do with those movies. It's just not that much to there's not much to do there anymore, if you know what I mean. It's hard to make them original, but I guess the original part with this is that the 4 main actors that go to Vegas, they're much older, and that's the premise of the movie and everything. But they just explore the typical Las Vegas cliches. Nothing really unexpected happens throughout the whole movie, I'd say. It's fun and very enjoyable, but in a way I would have liked them maybe to go somewhere else instead of Las Vegas. Would have been a better movie, I think, if they went somewhere where you haven't seen that place, 100 times in movies already. But that's not to say that it's not enjoyable, because it definitely is. Anyway, I actually just remembered, I've already talked about this next one in a video, but I'll just show it anyway. The Lego Movie. This one was really enjoyable. I had hoped that I would like this, and I definitely would. I suppose I can link the video down below to that video as well. Then we got a movie with Robert De Niro and Robin Williams called Awakenings, which was kind of strangely uplifting and depressing at the same time. It's one that I had been wanting to see for a while too, so I'm glad that I have seen it now. But yeah, it was good for sure. And then let's see if I can give this one justice. It's been a few weeks since I watched it, but it's Persepolis. Basically, it takes place in Iran during the Iranian Revolution, and it focuses on this girl, what's her name, Margie, and it shows her grown up in this during the revolution, basically. And it's a very originally animated movie, and yeah, they sort of explore emotions very well through, I mean, in a very well made way, through creative animation and innovative animation, and it's just a joy to watch, really. And just a lot of great details, great scenes in this one. Overall, a very effective movie, and yeah, not the animation. This animation style it's not like any other movie. It's in a way minimalistic, but they're able to do so much more with it. Yeah, I really would recommend this one to anyone, really. And then the last one is a documentary about the band The National, and it's called Mistaken for Strangers. And this one I watched it a few weeks ago, and it's been in the pile when I made these updates. I think the last two what I watched videos, it's been in the pile, but I never got to it because the video was too long, so I just saved it for the next time. And anyway, basically The National, they're a band that I like a lot, and ever since I heard about the fact that a documentary was made about them, I was really intrigued to see it. But this is not a typical documentary. Basically, the lead singer of the band, he invited his brother to come with them on their biggest tour to date, and basically help around a little bit, because he's a bit of a slacker, and I guess his brother, he just wanted to help him out. The lead singer, he wanted to help him out. And the brother, the slacker, who made the documentary, he decided to bring a camera with him, and that resulted in this documentary. And I don't know if I would call it a documentary per se. It's more of a diary film, really. But it's enjoyable. I kind of was hoping that I would like it a little bit more. There are some kind of bizarre situations in there, which borders on mockumentary, actually. It does come off as a bit of a comedy in some parts, even though it's, you know, an actual movie. I mean, actually, you know, a documentary. Yeah, I kind of forgot what I was gonna say about that, but I'll just leave it there. I guess that's that. I am just sweating like crazy right now. I'm gonna have to find a new place to make these videos, because it's excruciating to sit under this light. Anyway, that's it, I guess. So yeah, thanks.